Hello, and welcome to the second installment of my easy guitar stuff that old people like me who don't really have much time can learn quickly to play. Um, I had some feedback on the first video I posted, and it was mainly along the lines of you didn't go into enough detail, so I couldn't really learn anything from it. That and some hate mail, but no need to go into that. So anyway, what I thought I would do is I was thinking about how I could go about doing a new video, and the other day I ran into a friend of mine, and he doesn't play, but he wants to very much to learn how to play, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey, I wrote some lyrics for a blues song," and I thought, "Wow, that's pretty cool, you know." So he sat there and he sung them, and I was like, "Well, that's really good. You know, what are you gonna put behind it?" And so I thought, or I talked to him about it then, and I thought maybe I would come up with something that he could put behind it, and maybe we could figure it out one day and do it at the same time, and maybe by the watching this video, he could get some ideas, and maybe I could give some instruction at the same time. So this doesn't have a title. I just kind of came up with it on the fly, and it's really actually going to be very simple. The base components of it are going to be very simple. Anybody with guitar and two hands should be able to do this. But basically, it's just gonna be this standard kind of blues shuffle beat that we're gonna do, and I'm gonna show you like the basic chords, the basic components, and then I'm going to kind of put it together simply, adding one thing at a time, and then I'm going to just play a few bars of it, improvise something along over top of it to make like a one guitar blues, sitting on the back porch drinking beer, doing whatever kind of thing over top of it. So what we're going to start with, we're going to have three truncated chords, and they're like E5, A5, and B5. You can literally play those with one finger, or in the case of the B5 with two fingers. Basically they're shortened chords. You're only going to play two strings, maybe three, once you get yourself rolling. So the E5, we're going to look at that one first, and your E string, the low E string, which is the sixth string, is this one here, and you can see there I'm just plucking that string, and that's an E. So if I take my first finger and I put it on the second fret of the fifth string, which is the A string, it would be an A open, and I hit those two strings together in a downstroke, and it makes this E5 chord. And the two notes you're playing there are E and B. I'm going to do also a lot of like palm and finger muting also as I go along. We'll maybe talk about that in another episode. Right now I just want to worry about this basic stuff here. So the second one we're going to do is an A5. Basically all you do is you lift that first finger up and you drop it one string down. So you're going to play the A open, and then second fret on the fourth string, okay, which is an E note. You're going to play that A and that E together. So far we've got E5, A5. And now we're going to do a B5. And we're going to put our first finger, back in the same position it was in when we played the E5. Take that B note. That's our root note, by the way. The root note being the note the chord is, the dominant note in the chord. And then we're going to take our third finger, we're going to put it on the fourth string at the fourth fret, like that right there. Okay? We're going to play those two together. And what we're playing there is a B and an F sharp. And put them together and it makes a B5 chord. Cool? Awesome. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is when I go into the improvisational thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be playing around in a minor pentatonic scale, and what that means, it's pentatonic means it's 5 notes. There are 5 notes in the scale, but you can play. We're going to play 12 notes, but only 5 notes. That makes sense. We're going to hit the string 12 times. Let's put it like that, but only 5 notes. Okay, now a minor pentatonic scale is a really simple and easy pattern. So I'm going to show you what I call where you anchor your fingers to the strings. So we're going to take our first finger and lay it on the 5th fret like that. Now I'm going to just show you up here because it's easier. It's easier to show you, and then I'll drop down. We'll do the E. But this is going to be an A minor pentatonic scale. A because we're starting on our root note of A. Okay, so we're not gonna move our hand at all. We're just gonna fret with our fingers. As you'll see, I've got a finger in 1 fret, my first finger, my second finger's in the next fret, my 3rd finger, and my 4th finger. So my first finger is only going to play the notes that are in that fret. Okay, my second finger, actually we're not going to use your second finger at all during this scale. Okay, but it would play these notes. The 3rd finger is going to play the next fret's notes, and then the 4th finger, or the pinky, is going to play the next ones. So we're going to start off with that A, okay, and then we're going to drop our put our pinky down. Our first finger again, and our 3rd finger. First finger, 3rd finger, first finger, 3rd finger, first finger, pinky. Okay. And that's an A minor pentatonic scale. Now we're going to actually be using the E minor, or the E minor pentatonic scale. So we're just going to pretend like the nut of the guitar is our first finger. Okay. Oh well, no, actually, I'm sorry, I told you wrong. Yeah, that's. Open. We're gonna, instead of using our first finger to fret strings, we're going to be hitting those notes open. So it's going to be. Okay. So basically, on our 6th string, the frets we're going to use the notes we're going to use are 3 frets apart. So it's 1, 2, 3. And we're actually going to play it with our 3rd finger. On the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings, our notes are 2 frets apart. And that's where we're going to play them with our 2nd finger. On the 2nd and 1st strings, again, they're 3 frets apart. Now we add little bends, some bends, and give it a little more bluesy sound. All right, so I'm starting to run out of time here, so I'm going to go ahead and save this one, and then I'm going to get into the 2nd episode of this video. Okay? See you in a bit.